We've just done a lot of review, actually, and even up here with what we see, okay, does some of this look familiar? What could you tell me? Everything about this. Is this plants or animals? Okay. So what looks to me like these two substances are taken in, and that is made. Do we make glucose? No, we get it from our diet. So we actually have to burn that. Now plants actually have to make that for themselves. They either do it one of two ways. This Calvin cycle or the light reaction. Then there's one more. The reason I left that up here is because it's called the C4 pathway, and we'll get to that in the biochemistry, where some of these plants, they will make 4 carbon sugars with that. It's just something that's unique to plants. Animals and humans would not do something like this, where you have all, and this might look familiar from last year. I mean, not that you know which monosaccharide that is, but this is just something that, again, is unique to plants. Okay, so moving forward then. Take a look at the clock. And probably felt like you kind of caught in the crosshairs there a little bit. Kind of leaving off with yesterday and starting in from today. I figured it's going to be a bad day. Left really early. Well, not early. I was running late. And I feel bad when I forget something at home. And I'll just do this. We're missing something. I forgot my ring. Otherwise, if you hear dink, 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 dink. I probably got my class ring. Would that suffice? Should I put that on? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll see if I got it in my... I think it's in this drawer. Looking for something sparkly and shiny.
Well, you know what stuff you got in those drawers. Like a Mary Poppins bag.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure I've got it. Just give me... Oh, no. Ouch! Oh. I just stuck a tack right into the edge of my finger. And of course, why does that hurt so much? What's on your fingers? Lots of nerve endings out there. But...
That's horrible.
I can't remember what it says. Left field or center field?
Number
10. Yep. Yeah. I can't remember what else is on there. But... Okay, these ding-dongs, I said I forgot my ring at home. I said, well, maybe I'll just put my class ring on. Maybe see if anybody notices. Too small? Just right? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay. See, I've always thought that I think that's what always goes to the outside. Yeah. Man, it still fits. Okay, there we go. Now we hear that sound. You know, I was told if you need to get going, because I'll take care of the dog. Well, I did, and then, all right, so I left without that, and so my mistake, but her fault. That's not good advice, guys. Okay,
Guys, so miracles.
so one of the things, life lessons in here. Okay, we just want to do this, okay, and then we're going to save that for next week, okay? So how this would work is there's going to be 4 compounds that actually have common names to them. You've been introduced to one of them. And that is methylbenzene. But what would you call it maybe instead? So whether it's toluene, I always just say toluene because I don't know for sure which one's correct. That's just the one that I think is the best. And I was going to have you get your books out, and we certainly could have done that. This is where, again, just please have your confidence in yourselves in what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Because I would certainly hope that even for an advanced class down at USD, how it's going okay, as far as you know. So at that level, of course, we're not talking about a general chemistry class. Well, it is, but is this advanced general? Okay, so I'm sure there's probably still 100 in there, not student class size. But that would boggle my mind, taking general chemistry, and there's 270 other people in there. That's crazy. But again, just have confidence in yourself and what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Okay, we're going to go over the other 3 common names. And then, like I said, we will cut that a little short. We're at 10 minutes now. And this is the same information that you would see in your book. Now, with the sun not being out, I always just like those bank of lights on. Would you like the others on as well? You're good? Okay. So here's our old friend. Okay. And it doesn't matter where you put that. You can even put it over here. That still doesn't change anything. It's really the carbon that bonds to that. So that's still toluene. They're talking about phenol. So what is anything that you can tell me about phenol, especially the suffix, do you think? So what is it that makes an alcohol from last chapter? How would you know? That's in the naming, but what's better than hydroxy? What's the 2 letters? Yeah, OH. So then here, okay, we have this, phenol. Okay, then another common name. Now, this is an easy mistake to make, but why would that be incorrect? Because when we look at this just very quickly, okay, there's 1 bond there, then we're saying 2, 3, there's your 3 hydrogens, okay? And you're trying to shove 2 unshared pairs of electrons in there. That just does not work, okay? Because nitrogen can only ever have 3 bonds to it, okay? So that's why it's not NH3. That's very stable on its own as ammonia, but here we need NH2, and that is called aniline, okay? And we'll end with that one here shortly. You wouldn't have to have a, see, now if you went You are going to use your outline. I'm sorry. That probably sounds silly on the other end of the microphone, laughing at your notebook. But
Well, Chris made fun of my notebook too, so she'll understand.
you got caught on tape saying that. Sorry. The microphone's hot.
No, she can hear me. It's fine.
Well, she's got to listen to it first.
I'm the one laughing now. She's got to draw out all these accidents.
Okay. And like I said, it really doesn't matter how you do it. I just remember the two professors that I had, they would just, and maybe you don't even have to, I don't know if that's any better. I just draw one side than the other. Okay, so this last one, what is this functional group here? Mm-hmm. So then, benzoic acid. Now, this is always known as benzoic acid. It's not known as anything else. I highly doubt that you'd want to do this. Okay. Now, you might be asking, well, how do we know that that's an amino group? Well, if you remember from last spring, you possibly remember that structure. What is it possibly known as? This is your clue. So in other words, this is your left side, and then that's your right side. So this is an amino, and it's an amino acid. Okay, so that's why this is called an amino group. So aminobenzene. So these do follow patterns that we talk about between organic and biochemistry. Then the last thing that we will mention, okay, pick any one of those three, benzoic acid, phenol, or aniline. Okay, so now we need a halogen. Okay, what is everything that you can tell me about that? Because it's no longer just phenol. You could really make this really short in naming. And it's something that you wrote down yesterday. Because the moment that we establish this as phenol, this is your functional group or family, and that family has to be on which carbon? The first one. So then that means if we shift one direction or the other, okay, you can do numbering or you can do a single letter. Why are you right? Okay, so you could do this ortho-chloro phenol, okay, or you could do what else? What number is this associated on? Okay. And then finally, if you really want to make it difficult on yourself, which I don't think you would be 2-chlorohydroxybenzene, but we're not going to go into that. The only time that you can do this designation, okay, is if there's only the functional group and one derivative. The moment that we do something like this, okay, you have to eliminate that. That's only if there's one other derivative on there. Now we've got two different derivatives. So this is still number one. These are still located on number 2 because you wouldn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, of course, because you want the lowest combination. So then over here, we've got 2, and the other chlorine is on where? Okay, so you'd have 2, 4 dash what? Dichlorophenol. Again, you have to eliminate that single letter designation if you have more than one derivative on there. Okay, so that's all I have. Next week, I don't have it updated on the board, but I would think we would probably hand out our next paper on Tuesday. And remember, we have 2 short weeks coming up. Friday, we don't have school, a week from today, and then a week from Monday, we don't have school. Okay, so that's where we'll stop. We'll catch up to you. Oh, what's my exit ticket? Is that, no, it's not exit ticket. That's what Mr. Wagner called his. Outro. See, I keep thinking you're saying outro like music. Outro. What's my outro? Like Howard, the human beatbox? Like, like that sounds like Curly from the Three Stooges. So have a good weekend.